Welcome to the BeMoHappy Show. I'm your host, Morris Chasson, confidence coach for bold introverts. I help introverts overcome fear and maximize their performance so they can excel in extroverted careers, feeling good about themselves. So in this episode, I'm flying solo. It's been a minute since I did a solo podcast episode, so I'm kind of excited, a little bit nervous too. It's a different animal, man. I love having guests on my show. Like I got some people that's talking about getting on the show, and this is some good good people, man. I'm not gonna name anybody because it ain't done yet. Once it's done and recorded, then we could talk about it. But till then, it's just a dream, just a wish, because it's like these people are pretty big people. Some of them, like I'm kind of starstruck sometimes just talking to them, because to me, like they're like role models, you know what I mean? So, but me doing it alone is kind of nerve wracking a little bit because I'm like, man, like what am I gonna talk about? Like I have no idea what I'm gonna talk about. Like still while recording right now, I don't know. But I'm just gonna roll with it. You know what I mean? Because I feel like the audience needs episodes. So, and I guess I'm delivering the damn episode because I don't want to let you down. Like I feel like I got enough followers now where like I feel like truly like people probably, oh wait, Mo got another episode out. Let me go listen. You know what I'm saying? So, and I love that. I truly do, man, because I love whenever like I don't expect somebody to have listened to my podcast and they tell me they listened to it. It's like, fuck yeah, and like, and I think that's what I want to make this episode about is you starting that podcast. Because I know there's a good bit of you guys. I've talked to a couple that said, man, I wish I could do a podcast, and like, why are you wishing for it? Just fucking do it, because it's really not that hard. Like you download an app. I use this app called Riverside. And Riverside is amazing. Like unless you want to do like in-person podcasts, you know what I mean? But if you want to do virtual, I mean, that's always an option, you know what I mean? And like some people do videos. Some people do videos and audio, you know what I mean? So my first 6 episodes was audio episodes. And the 7th one, which I did with Taylor, and that one was video. And it's crazy because Taylor, professional videographer, the best in the business, like I swear, like whenever he first started doing like his videos and stuff and like showing his work, and I'm like, bruh, like this dude's fucking amazing. Like I was mind blown at the energy and the emotions that I felt like watching his videos. Like I was pumped up, like good stuff, like he's the best. But episode, I had 4 cameras and his phone on a live TikTok. And it was just different, because usually like I'm in the comfort of my home and the other guests are in the comfort of their homes. So, but this one was just a little bit different for me. So like I was out of my element. But if you want to start a podcast, man, look, the best way to do it is just start virtual for now until you set up and you got the equipment, to host people, like eventually that's what I want to get to is I want to have a place like a studio, like a legit studio, not just my freaking office, and have a spot where we could shoot podcasts with 4 or 5 people. But for those long 2-hour, 3-hour episodes, I like just sequels, whatever you want to do. I'm not sure exactly where I'm gonna go with that yet, but eventually that's what I'm gonna be at, like, cause I love podcasts. Like I love connecting with people. I love hearing other people's stories, and I love helping to get that story out for them, for me, like that's the beauty of it, it's not for my own, it's not for me, like I guess in a sense it is because I feel fulfilled too, you know what I mean? And inspired. Like People inspire me. I love people, man. Like, it's weird to say, but like I sometimes I hate people, but I also love them a lot. You know what I mean? Like, I would do anything for people, and that's what all this is about, man. It's us just connecting with. I got goosebumps like crazy right now. Us like just connecting with each other and just being kind to each other, man. Like, it's just it's just as hard being a negative Nancy versus being a positive Patty. You know, like it's the same energy. Like, one is hard, the other one's easier. You know, like I say easier, but you know, sometimes it could be hard to be nice and loving. Yes, but it's even harder to be negative and just mad because that all that anger and resentment and stuff like that negative energy stays in your body. Joe Dispenza always says emotions are energy in motion. So that stuff is made to flow through us. You know what I mean? Like memories, grief. Yes, I mean it's all good stuff to know, learn, and remember. Blah blah blah. But like, don't hold on to shit, man. Like resentment, anger, jealousy. Like that shit's not worth it at all. Like it's the worst energy you could have because it really sets you up for bad things in the future as far as diseases. Because Bob Proctor, he talks about in You Were Born Rich about how dis-ease in the mind causes diseases in the body. Ever since then, man, like that shit really hit me where like I understood it. And just listening to Joe Dispenza, whenever he's talking about emotions and how they're meant to flow through you, you know. So I used to have a little bit of jealousy that I've kind of always dealt with as a kid and probably till the last 2, 3 years, you know, just a little bit, you know. But it's something I always felt, you know, and not like now, like fuck, I'm not jealous of nothing or nobody, you know, like because why? Why be jealous? For what? They have something you don't? So go and get it. You know, like every single one of us are blessed with gifts to share with the world. You know what I'm saying? So like some people are just bold enough to go out and do it and some people are just scared. I was reading this statistic, I can never say that word, statistic, yesterday about self-esteem. And it said that 85% of the population struggle with self-esteem issues. 85%. You know, it's crazy, like, speaking of more statistics, but Bob Proctor in that You Were Born Rich program, he talks about thinking and people not liking to think. He said 95% of the people would rather die than think. 2% of people, fuck, I forgot how he said it. Well, we scratched that. We ain't going there. But it's something like 95% of people would rather die than think. 5% of people think they think. And 2%, fuck, I can't believe I forgot, dude. I listened to that shit so many times. It's not even funny. At least 27 times. Like my wife, I think she's used to it now, but at one point she was like, oh my God, you listening to that shit again? I'm like, yeah, and again. But yeah, it just went out me. So I forgot what the fuck we was all talking about. You see, that's why I don't like to do live videos. See that shit right here? I completely forgot what the hell we was talking about. And that's exactly why I don't like to do live videos, because that's what I do. I'll be in the middle of conversation talking about something and like I switch. And like, what the fuck? Mo, you ended that conversation like that? You know, like with no closure to what I was previously talking about. And yeah, that's crazy that I do that. Like I feel like I'm doing it here right now. Where the fuck What the fuck, Mo? Damn. Am I crazy? This happens a lot. You know, like sometimes, like I feel like my memory is like very limited. You know? And me and one of my friends were talking about this just the other day, like because he kind of said the same thing. Like his memory is just so bad. I said, man, like you know what I think it is, bro? I think it's because we don't really give a fuck about much. You know what I'm saying? Just we're always in a forward motion, right? So like everything that happens, like that don't matter, it just gone. Like it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Yeah. To me it does, but I'm not a psychologist. You know what I'm saying? I'm not yeah. I guess, would that be a psychologist? No, boy, it ain't no psychologist. It's a neurologist because they know the brain. But yeah, stupid psychologist. I mean, I get it. Like psychologists should know probably a good bit of that too, but neurologist would be the one you want to talk to. One of my big things is for you guys. I mentioned this already, but like, man, if you really got it on your mind to do a podcast, just start doing it because you never know what you like if you never try it. You know what I mean? And like you may have all kind of reasons why you can't, but I mean that's just shit to keep you comfortable, you know, because we are born like basically to fight or flight, right? Like I guess designed that way in a sense. Whenever it's something uncomfortable like that, it's like we reject it. You know what I'm saying? Like automatically, subconsciously, like it just happens. And we have no control over it sometimes is because we don't believe in ourselves, you know, it's a lack of confidence. But if the podcast is really important to you, just take that first step with that. And I mean, that's your first little test of confidence for yourself, you know, and like just look at it that way, you know what I mean? Because look, the podcast is really easy to do. Like whenever I first started, like it took me a long time to edit shit because of the way I talk. Like I say like 1,000 times. And truly, I think since I've been doing about the podcast, like I'm getting way better with that stuff. If I said it a lot during this video, let me know, please. Like comment or just mention it sometimes if you see me in public or shoot me a message, be like, Mo, you said like 1,000,000 times in that damn video, bro. Like you still say it a lot. But I don't feel like I do it as much. I'm way better than I was. Oh my goodness. My first YouTube video, I watched bits and pieces of it a while back. I had it on my computer and I was like, oh my God, I posted that shit on YouTube. Bro, like I swear I said like 1,017 times in that. It's like a 47-minute video. So just start that podcast, man. It's really not hard, I promise you. Like if you don't have a place to really shoot yet, like I mean, I'm doing it virtually, you know what I mean? Me and Leighton here, we both live in Houma, Louisiana, you know, but we did it virtually because that's how I'm set up for, you know. Taylor, the video we did with Taylor, you know, he's a professional videographer, so he wants to have the best of the best, you know. So we made it the best of the best. So that was a fun episode. You guys should really check that one out. It was really good. You know, like I think my first, you know, like the ones by myself, like truly, like I don't like. But the ones with everybody else, like man, like it was amazing. Every single person that I had on my podcast was a great guest. Like if you hadn't listened to it yet, like you really should go back and listen to those, you know, like my big epiphany thing, like I think that was a cool little story for myself. Just how things changed, my whole mindset changed and all that good stuff. I don't know why I'm talking about my podcast like this. I had no intentions on doing this, I promise you. Like that's not my intention. But anyways, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys for tuning in and listening. Like I talked to an old buddy of mine just the other day. I'm gonna have him on the podcast too pretty soon. But he reached out to me the other day and he mentioned stuff about my podcast. And I was like, man, like, I would have never known that he ever would even know that I have a podcast, because I know he doesn't do social media. He hadn't done social media probably since 2014 or 15 that I remember. Probably met him around 2010, I think 2010. Cause that's whenever like my weight loss journey started, Like I started on my own, then I ended up going to NutriShop, and that's where I met this guy at. And that dude helped me out so much, man. Like it was cool going. Like I love going to NutriShop, just talking to him, bro. Like I could talk to that dude for hours. So I know whenever we're gonna do this podcast together, it's gonna be legit. You guys are in for a treat with this one, because I'll probably share a little bit more of my weight loss story and that whole journey. Like it was a good time. Like just the little changes that I did at the beginning that just made big results later. And like the way I look at it now is that's where my true journey really started. Because I made that decision to get myself in better shape, to live a better lifestyle. And that's exactly what I did, like, and I did a bunch of shit since then, like learning and discovering who I was and who I am and what I'm meant to do. And like, I feel like I'm Dora the fucking Explorer, like I went on many fucking adventures, you know what I'm saying? And I'm so grateful to be where I'm at now, because 10 years ago, you would have told me I would have been doing a fucking podcast, or even 5 years ago. Tell me that I'm doing a fucking podcast. I would, oh my God, I would have never, ever imagined. But I'm grateful, man. It's been a hell of a journey. And now it's like just on the way up, and like, I just feel good. I feel like myself. But like, I truly feel like, I feel free and liberated, and just like, I don't know, like a good, pure feeling, like a part of my personality is I'm an INFJA, and J in the personality type means judgmental. I think I'm 63% judgmental, and like I don't like to call it judgmental, because I feel like I'm just reading, like I feel like whenever I walk in a room, within like 2 seconds, 3 seconds, my mind automatically calculates the energy in the room. And I swear, like whenever I walk in the gym, like I just feel a bunch of like insecure, sad people. I swear, like that's what I feel. Because like, I know what it's like to be in that spot, and I know what it's like to be where I'm at now. And like, that's the part that I want to help people with, like to get to that point, because nobody deserves to live that way. Like just sad, depressed, just not like loving yourself. Here I am getting emotional about this, because I know what it's like. And I don't want people to feel that way, man. I really don't. Like that's why I post the stuff that I post. Like I'm trying to wake you up. I'm trying to help you see a message to try to think differently, to open your mind to receive something different than you've been getting, because if you don't change the way you think, like you can't change anything about what you're doing or what you're gonna do, because we have to love ourselves as we are, but we also should be striving to do something better and visualize ourselves as that person, you know what I'm saying? And acting as if you are already that person, because if you don't, you'll never be that person, because you have to see yourself as that person and then acting on the idea of being that person, to be that person. You know what I mean? I know that sounds wicked, but I hope I put it in a way to where you can understand it, this is stuff that I've learned from Bob Proctor and you in the You Were Born Rich program. It's through like really That's something you really should check out. Get the book. Like download the audio. Like I don't think there's an actual physical book. Look, you don't have to get the Audible. You can go to YouTube. YouTube actually has the whole set. It's like it's in a whole little playlist for you. So you could just start play video one. I think there's 6 or 7 videos. Look, if you need help trying to get out that dark spot that you're in, like that's what I do. You know, like I help people to understand themselves better, to understand their feelings and their emotions better by becoming more self-aware, you know what I mean? By becoming more self-aware, like you could truly make big changes in your life, set yourself up for a plan going forward to where like things will not be the same or things won't stay the same for you because we're gonna set up an action plan to do shit and make shit happen. The thing is, you have to realize there's sacrifices. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be willing to put in the work. You know, like I'm not gonna lie to you and say it's all fucking easy because it's not. Nothing worth having is truly easy. At least that's my belief. It's okay because for me, like I was willing to put myself in a fucked up situation financially because I believed so much that shit was happening, shit was working out. You know, and like. Sure, it may not have happened fast enough because, you know, I had some mental blocks myself that I had to work through. You know, like I had to learn to be more confident. I had to learn to let go of bullshit, false beliefs that held me back and held me in the comfort zone for so damn long. Like just learning new shit, learning new programs, learning software. Like most people think that they quit learning once they get out of high school, whatever, you know, get out of college, whatever. But man, that's false. Like you should be learning constantly about something, like working towards something. You know, look, I'm sorry. I'm just going by the basic laws that Bob Proctor and John Canary talk about in You Were Born Rich. But Bob Proctor says there's 2 laws to life. You know, we either create or we disintegrate. You know, like that's the thing. Like a lot of people don't realize that what disintegrating really is. You know. And for me, like knowing what I know now and where my mindset is at now, like I feel like the part of me that whenever I was coming home, just watching TV, drinking alcohol every damn day, you know, like I was truly disintegrating because I was not doing anything purposeful with myself, with my life, you know, like sure I was working, you know, a freaking 80 hours a week job, 60-hour a week job, you know what I mean? Like a lot of hours. I worked a lot of hours back then. It was just a cycle, just drinking, coming home, playing video games, watching TV, like drinking soft drinks. Look, I quit drinking soft drinks whenever I decided to change my lifestyle, like back in 2010. So, but like I used to love root beer, Barks root beer. That was my shit, you know? But yeah, so you're either creating or disintegrating. At least that was my perspective on what was happening to me looking back. Like I said, I wasn't doing anything purposeful, you know, and now like feel like I'm truly contributing to the human experience, you know, like by stepping up and being bold enough to be able to do a podcast like this, you know, and help people get their stories out and connect with people on a deeper level, you know, like I love that shit. I love that shit. Like that's what I'm here for. You know, like it's to help other people become better versions of themselves. Wow. Dang. Like bro, like I'm speaking like from the heart right now, like from like my heart, like 100% legit. I can feel it coming from my heart. But yeah, like that's what I'm here to do. I'm 100% here to make a positive impact on the world. I say the world because eventually it's gonna be big, way bigger than we can imagine. You know, I'm probably not gonna put this on a podcast, but I wanna have it recorded because this is who the fuck I am. Like this is me. Like this is 100% me. I'm gonna change the world. I'm gonna be that guy. I got goosebumps. You know, like I read something a while back where they said that whenever you get the frissons like that, they call it frissons, huh? Frissons? But they say whenever you get that, like you like leveling up, like you're like a level of consciousness changes a little bit, you know? I don't know how true that is, but I thought that was like fascinating, you know? Like I love getting the chills, like goosebumps like that. Like especially talking to people, you know? And it's crazy. Like I feel like I'm talking to you right now. So we, like we're together right here. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I guess the podcast helped me to connect like that in a different way. You know, just being virtual and just, you know what I mean? I don't know. It just gives me a different feel for a different like level of understanding in a sense. Does that make sense? It makes sense to me. Like if it don't make sense to you, like it's okay. You know what I mean? Like I don't think you're wrong and I don't think I'm wrong. You know, it's just about perspective, right? You know, that's something, man, like a lot of things are just perspectives. Like I truly don't believe there's a right or wrong answer. You know what I mean? Because the way you see it and the way I see it is just different. You know, like it's just perspective. Is why's it gotta be a right or wrong? You know, like there's no right or wrong. We're all the same. We're all the same. That's all we want is love. God is love. God is love. We are love. It's so crazy. I can't believe I'm getting like this deep and this real on this podcast, man. Like I'm excited. I feel good. I feel good. But oh my God, maybe I shouldn't do this video. Y'all gonna think I'm nuts. But yeah, look, I appreciate it. Like I hope you got through this whole episode and listened to it because this was the real, like raw, authentic Mo. Like this is stuff that I talk to my wife about. You know what I'm saying? This is stuff I talk to Taylor about. You know what I mean? Like this deep stuff. You know what I'm saying? But like I really never shared this to like public. You know, like nobody public. It's like the other day, I seen this lady dancing on the side of the road. Like she had some music on, just jamming out, dancing, like having a good time. I'm like, fuck yeah, she's living her best life. But most people be like, oh Lord, look at this fucking crackhead. Like, and that's the type of shit. That's the type of that's the reasons that people don't act themselves or are allowed to be themselves because sometimes like we want to just dance and we just hold ourselves back from doing it because what they gonna think, you know? And like, fuck that, man. If you get that feeling to dance, fucking dance. You know what I mean? Like, that's something like my wife doesn't have 10 on her car and I drive her car. I'm playing Katy Perry loud as fuck, singing my heart out. You know what I'm saying? Like really not giving a fuck what that car inside of me thinks or what him in the front of me thinks. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to worry about what nobody thinks. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't. Like, that's the worst thing, man, is trying to impress other people. You know, like, for what? For what? Like, what do you get out of impressing somebody? What is the fulfillment in impressing somebody? I don't get it. Like, I don't want to impress anybody. I want to show them that they're amazing and I don't know, like it's about them. It's not about me. I don't know. Maybe that's something I need to work on. Maybe I don't think I'm impressive. Is it wrong to think that you are? That's a good question. What do you think about that? What do you think about thinking of yourself as being impressive? I mean, it's one thing to be proud of yourself, right? Like you got to definitely be proud of yourself, but you can't think of yourself as impressive. I don't know. I don't know. Well, look, I'm out on this note. So I got to go do some studying, man. Like, do I think I'm impressive? Or I don't think I'm impressive because I think too lowly of myself, but I don't. I'll probably leave it as a poll question. Help me out with this, okay? Love you guys. I hope you listen to the end. It was fun. Oh my goodness. This for me, like, it's legitly like my best episode because I truly let myself go. Just like if I was talking to my wife or talking to Taylor, and that's the only two people that really know me on a deep level these days. You know, like if you talk to me 6 months ago, like you don't really know me or really understand all of me. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know, made some big shifts in the past 6 months that I'm very proud of. So, but yeah, I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in.